Peace, family. I hope everyone has been living well, doing well, breathing well. I'm here because I'm going to do a video called, let's see how many reasons I got because I wrote them down. It's going to be called 9 Reasons to Never Go Vegan, okay? That's what it's going to be called. So, I apologize deeply for not doing videos like I said I would be. I said I would be doing videos every week, and I haven't been. I only got one Soul Food Sundays video. That's not good. It's not. But I'm here today to fix that. Soul Food Sundays, that's gonna be the days. On Sundays I'm gonna talk about different things. Soul, S-O-L, that's sun. I'm gonna talk about different things that have to do with spirituality, health, when it comes to natural health, natural wellness, all those different things, yada yada. Alright, so let's just get right into it. But my first reason that you should never go vegan, because I know there are people out here who are contemplating a journey, some people that's not contemplating a journey, and people who just really want confirmed reasons for why they should never go vegan. And I'm just here to give you what you're looking for. Whatever you're looking for, that's why you came to the video in the first place. I'm here to give it to you. Alright, number 1. If you don't want to lose weight quickly without doing any unhealthy things, putting diet pills in, and not even having to exercise, don't go vegan, okay? Don't do it. Because I'll tell you right now, like my junior year of high school, I was very self-conscious. At the time, I weighed about 30 pounds more than what I weigh now. And yeah, I was real self-conscious because it was the biggest that I had ever been. And at that time, I was eating some real junk. I was every day pretty much eating fast food because I wasn't, getting home cooked meals, and nor did I know how to cook myself. I was drinking a lot of juice, a lot of not natural juice, but like Tampico juice with a whole bunch of sugar. Even though I played sports, it didn't really matter. Like, that's what I was doing. So then I had decided, I didn't like my body, yada yada. I told my granny, like, Granny, stop buying the Wendy's, okay? Give it a break, and then I'm eating double burgers. What am I doing being so little eating these double burgers? But anyway, I'm like, Granny, stop buying the Tampico juice, stop buying the burgers. And we did that for a summer. I played volleyball that whole summer, played softball too, and boom, I had lost 20 pounds or something like that. And now I don't even know how much I weigh now. I'm like, I don't know, I'm like 120 something. I stay in between 120, 125, something like that. And that doesn't really matter. Weight doesn't really matter. The point that I'm really trying to make is that I don't exercise. I never have been big on exercise. I used to play sports back in the day. The only exercise that I really do is walking, but I don't do any intentional exercise. All I do is eat right. And I've lost so much weight since I became vegan. I'm way more toned. You could see my muscles, and I don't work out. Like, I promise you, I don't go to the gym. The last time I've been to the gym was years ago, to be honest. And so either way, if you don't want that to happen to you, don't go vegan. Just don't do it, okay? And let me tell you, I'll tell you one thing. Vegetarian people think that just by stopping to eat meat, that's going to be what helps them lose weight. But a lot of people don't realize that really what packs on pounds a lot of times is dairy. Dairy is what sits around in our stomachs, what makes us really bubbly, sometimes even makes us constipated. That's dairy, so it's really cutting out the milk, the cheese, all those different things that weigh heavy on our stomach. That's important too. Next point. If you don't want to stop breathing heavy, and if you okay with them chest pains, don't go vegan, okay? Because, like I say, I used to play sports. And even since I've been in college, I'm in a sorority. And we did so many shows, performances. And I kid you not, I'm doing, and I'm up here, my chest, And last summer, because last summer was my last summer eating meat. That was really it was me practicing for one of our shows that really just made me be like, man, I need to cut this out, this meat, you know, I need to go vegan, because I was already in the mind, I knew what I needed to do, but it was like that really pushed me to make that decision, because I felt so tired, you know, I felt so tired when I performed, so exhausted. I didn't feel like you know, I knew I wasn't fit, you know, and now I got agility. So if you don't want that to happen to you, if you want to keep having them breathing problems, chest problems after just running down the street, go ahead, keep doing what you're doing, okay? Third thing, if you don't want to lower your risk of preventable diseases, don't go vegan. Many people know that the reason for many of the diseases that we have is because of the meats. You know, if you eat an undercooked meat, if you eat a meat in general, you know, it's parasites, all types of bacteria that live in the things that people are eating on a everyday basis. And it's like cancer. That's not no natural disease. You know, people think it's natural, but no, it's not natural. It's come from some man-made shit that fucked up what we had going. That's how cancer got here. So with that being said, that's how disease is in general. You know, the natural way of life is wellness. You know, we're supposed to live in wellness. We're supposed to live in a balanced universe, a state of balance, and in a state of wellness. And with that being said, if we're not living in wellness, it's probably because of something unnatural that we're doing. So if you don't want to, you know, lower your risk of diseases, if you okay with playing a risky role while you get to the top or while you get older, cool, whatever. If you are okay with putting death into your body, don't go vegan. What do I say about this point? I'll just talk about the life that I put into my body. What feels great about being vegan is that I eat colorful foods. I eat reds and oranges and yellows and greens, and it makes me just ultimately feel good. Like, I just literally feel good, and I don't know if it's a psychological thing looking at the colors or what, or if the foods really scientifically make you feel good, or maybe it's a little bit of both, but I literally feel good about eating. You know, I feel like I'm living, you know. I only put life into my body, so if it gives me that feeling of everlasting life for real, that a life of abundance, a life of an eternal life. That's all I can really say. So if you okay with the idea of death, you know, or the torture of an animal, if you're okay with all of those things living inside of you, because energy is neither destroyed, is not destroyed, is transferred from one place to another. So if you're okay with that energy that the animal felt before it died and while it was being sliced, you know, being inside of you, continue to do what you're doing. Okay, that goes into my next point. If you're okay with sin, if you're okay with karma, continue doing what you're doing. Now, don't get me wrong. Okay, let me explain this point. There are people, like, first off, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I don't belong to any religion, or I would say that maybe every religion is a part of me. I don't know what I would say, but regardless, the point that I'm trying to make here is that even when I did classify myself as a Christian, I always understood God to be merciful of those who were unconsciously doing something wrong. Like, when you didn't know that it was wrong, you know, that's one thing. Or if you weren't aware, you know, that's one thing. You know, God shows mercy. But in those situations and where you know right from wrong, and your conscious or your spirit or the spirit is playing, you know, talking to you, telling you, you know, what you should be doing, and you're just not doing it, that's when things go bad. So I'm not just saying that anybody who eats meat, they're just living in super sin. You know, it's just saying those who are consciously aware of what's going on here and are choosing to act against their own spirit, yes, it's sin. I believe it to be so. At least for myself, I don't feel like I have sin on me. I feel like I have a light heart now being vegan. And you can see a video where I talk about that more. But I'm going to move on to the next point soon. Y'all probably saw that drop. That's fine. But yeah, so yeah, if you're okay with living in sin, if you're okay with living, eating things to live, quote unquote, to live, while you have to take away another life that is unnecessary, continue to do what you do. Next point, if you don't want to be closer to the Creator, to nature, to the entire universe, don't go vegan, because I'll say that it was the best decision that I made in my life spiritually, and honestly everything that happened after I became vegan would have probably never happened if I would have never become vegan, because I wouldn't have even been in a mental, emotional, spiritual state to manifest what I've been manifesting in my life. So either way, if you don't want God to start speaking to you in ways and through things that God has never spoken to you through before, then don't be vegan. You know, if you're not ready to embrace and appreciate the balance of all living things on this planet, you know, and to see the beauty and the mystery in all things, you know, and just, you know, respect it, don't go vegan, okay? Just don't, okay? The next point, let's see. If you don't want to save the planet for your future generations, don't go vegan. Because let me tell you something. Where we're going right now, the earth is being demolished, okay? Every day for no reason. And now we have even more fast food joints than we've ever had before. So that means, can you think about the amount of slaughtered animals that are just sitting in freezers everywhere in the world? Can you think about that? And then they get thrown out. Like, I can't even tell you how many people I've seen have so much meat in the freezer that they don't even eat. So the animal died for nothing. Can you think about that for a minute? Now think about 3 generations down. Think about how we're destroying the planet. You know, we're destroying our green and placing big blocks of cement there, when we could be placing fruits and vegetables and things from the earth there. Think about that just for a moment for me, okay? 3 generations down the line, what are your children gonna have to eat? If we done ate up all the animals and now it's cement everywhere and we have no more green land and no more water, because looks like that's what it's coming down to, is that we drying up because of what we're doing, not because of what the earth is doing. The earth ain't did nothing but sat here and gives us and preserves our life, you know, but you know what we're doing is we're fucking it all up. So if you're okay with being a part of that, a part of the reason why the future doesn't have anything, or there won't be a future for the population, because it ain't gonna be nothing for them to eat, go ahead. Or if you okay with them eating some even super more GMO products that have no nutritional value whatsoever and really literally become robots, go ahead, continue what you're doing. Continue what you're doing. Shoot. Okay. All right, I got 2 more points. These are my last 2 points. Number 8. If you're okay with being a coward, or if you like being a coward, the coward that can consume a dead animal that you know good and well that you couldn't kill yourself, continue to do what you're doing. If you like that idea of being a coward, because many of us we don't even realize we're eating a dead animal. I don't even think that some of us think, like many of us, you know, it's just like we really don't think about the process that it took for us to get that burger. But if you are aware of the process and you know you couldn't go through that process yourself, are you okay with being a coward to let somebody do your dirty work? If you are okay with that, continue to do what you're doing, okay? All right, last point, but this is not the least point at all. My greatest point to me. If you're not willing to dedicate yourself to one of the simplest things that a so-called revolutionary can do for themselves, for their people, and for the universe, don't go vegan. Because let me tell you something. I said this in one of my other videos about being vegan, is that for me, it was about knowing that I'm a warrior and I want to be a warrior. That's what I see myself as. So if I'm a warrior, I have to act as if I'm a warrior. You know, I got to do warrior-like things. I have to be the speediest I can be. I got to be the fittest that I can be. I got to run the fastest, jump the highest. I can't get super tired, all of those different things. So with that being said, yeah, and on top of that, I know where the world is going, and the world is going to be vegan. It's gonna be vegan. Even if it's not in my generation, the world is going to be vegan. If I'm a revolutionary, what's revolutionary about not being one of the people that lead my people to this kind of freedom? Freedom from having to spend all the money that we spend on food. Freedom from health disease, or diseases, I mean. Basically, all I'm trying to say is this. As someone who is vegan and someone who identifies myself as a revolutionary, for those who do also identify themselves as revolutionary, no, I don't judge them at all if they choose to eat meat or if they choose not to be vegan. I don't judge. But what I will say is this. Everything in life is an observation. It's not like we can't observe what's happening in the world. And what do I look like following someone, or quote unquote following? I won't follow anyone. But still, just think about a community member who hasn't gotten there with their own confidence of being a leader. But who am I? Like, why would I follow you if I've already realized something that you haven't realized, or if I've taken the initiative to, you know, be vegan, which is really only a mental, you know, it's an act of mental strength. Why would I follow you? Do you understand? So we have to practice what we preach. Being an African revolutionary, you have to be a revolutionary in all ways, in all fronts, not just in the way that you choose, not just by running your mouth because of the amount of knowledge you have. Put your knowledge to use. Think about your African ancestors and your African roots, and think about what they might have been eating. And if they weren't eating that, what were they eating? What made them so healthy? What made them the fittest warriors that was able to build all of this? What made them that? It sure wasn't that fried chicken or them chitlins. That was the boo-boo that we got when we had to survive. And as much as I appreciate their hardships, what I know today is that right here is the ground that I can plant my own seeds. Let's stop being lazy. I understand that people ain't there in their journey yet, because it definitely is a journey. And it has to be when you're mentally ready. I don't think anybody needs to force anybody into making this decision. But what I will say is this: I'm not gonna be ashamed of saying that's where the world is going. And that's what we should be doing as a people. It ain't no reason not to, as you see in the video. Alright, it's long enough now. Peace, love, Black power all day, every day. Ain't no other way. Alright? Love you.